So, welcome back to a new episode of Frosty Kiss. Now we got to this option and we done everything at this option. Now it dropped down the firecracker from the window. Going outside, freezing over, even just getting it dressed, I was too lazy for it. I open a small window, allow the breeze of freezing air inside the room. From up there, only Juliana bright red buff being seen. Yulia, catch it! I wave my hand with a small box and after making sure that Yulia noticed me, I throw it outside, aiming as close as her possible. Hope that it won't hit on the head. Thanks! It didn't. Feeling that my duty had been done. An entire two storyline and two love story gone forever. I closed the window and returned to the chair, shrinking because of the cold. Masha lazy followed me with her eyes staying silent. I saw what you did this winter. This horror movie. The same chatter of a croakily and quietly chatter of the girls could be heard from the kitchen. The TV was saying some General Julie festive speeches each time I struggled hard to open my eye. My eaves were becoming heavier and everything around just froze. Fell asleep in anticipation. Masha, judgedly by her look, was pretty tired of all this festival fuzz. She switched the channel to some weird show where two suspicious familiar guys were checking city myth and legends. Anyway, Masha, where were you all the time? She shuddered but didn't reply. Masha? Take a look, just a promise not to tell anyone. Just now, I have noticed a phone in her hand. A photo appeared off the screen. Masha in a shiny dress with a microphone on a stage. A lot of people around her. Spangle, decoration, everything. What is that? Semyon, come here. Kim, I think this will be Masha's story. Could you please help me? Yulia ran outside and I can't reach it. What? The jar. It is that high shelf over here. Okay. Lena was the most responsible, notable and serious mind person among us. You could ask her about anything and have no doubt that she will do it. Probably that's why our fast was held in her flat. According to Chatty, Juliana, Lena is on her third year of study in medical university. However, her exact field of study remain all mystery from me. And judging by the number of times I have seen her begging away at thematic lecture and Versailles tutorial, she was fully engaged in studies. Generally, she never liked to talk about herself or the event of her life. We passed through the narrow corridor and stepped into a tiny kitchen. Okay, what's this anime character? There were some simple tea goodies at the table. The kettle on the stove was slowly boiling. A weird poster was hanging on the fridge. I was trying to understand who it was, but couldn't. Stealing sweets, huh? The girls smiled. So, how did everything go with Juliana? Everything alright, she got it. Meanwhile, Lena came up and the kitchen cabin and move a small curtain away, revealing several build 3 lit jars. Lena, Sylvia, come here, or someone, he called from the living room. Look at Sylvia. Look at Lena. This will be Lena's story, huh? Lena? There are no need. I'll help. Men are. Oh. The one. Wait a minute. Look at Lena. So, this is. Look at Sylvia. Sylvia started to smile thirdly and went to the kitchen with a look of apologize. Pass me that one, please. Oh, she's just so cute. She pointed at the farthest jar. Having extended my arm, I managed to knock off some dust, but still couldn't reach it. Give me a second, wait. Couldn't thought it out myself. She fit into the living room, leaving me alone. All alone, forever alone. She left me. She seemed strange. The jar, the jam. Even this rare day when I would invest in the festival by some of my few acquaintances. In the jam was several of a dessert to tea. It was from stores most of the time. Only Lena had everything homemade, and the taste of her food had always been magnificent. There can be no comparison of it and the artificial flavor of jars with shiny label. Lena has returned to the kitchen with a small stool and apologetic smile. Here, take it. The stool made it task casual. Throughout the whole process, Lena was socially stable nearby, ready to help if something happened. And me during this transport, I accidentally made a wrong move and an unsuitable surface, and all the same moment she carefully snapped me up. Do you need assistance with anything else? I looked when the jar was already on the table, and I finally stood on the table floor. Well, could you please open it? She handed me the opener. Sylvia hasn't returned to the kitchen. Instead, she stayed with Masha in the living room. I was sitting in the kitchen carefully drinking the hot tea, thoughtfully serving by Lena, who was bustling about near the cooker, watching the meat pie that was made that smell in the oven. A flying, cooking something that made me swallow my saliva time after time. And then I slapped myself right in the face of the frustration. I forgot to hand her the present. I have already seen some shiny boxes with the other girls during our afternoon shopping, except for Lena, who seemed not to leave the apartment for the last 2 days, getting ready for the guests. I forgot something. Wait a minute. And entered the hallway, feverishly looking around, trying to remember where I had put it. I have found the small box in the inner pocket of the jacket and just been neatly thrown on the chair of the living room. Sylvia and Masha were talking about something connected with show business, judging by the short fragment of their conversation. I couldn't care less about their conversation and decided to hurry back to the kitchen. Here, finally, Happy New Year. Lena turned around and saw a tiny beside my hand. Thank you. She looked at her box and after tripping for a bit, put it on the window. And that's all, you won't even open it. It even hurt me to get that exactly planned present for her. I had searched half the city, there's a lot of small shops and huge malls, and she just put it as inside without even opening it. She just embarrassed her from look at this breast. Ugh. Strange, it seemed that we got along with her well, even better than with the other girls. This experiment seemed weird. I started at the table, deep in my thought, leaving the last gulp of tea to cool off. It hardly been a while, but all of us have already changed a lot. Someone I almost instantly, and someone quite significantly. What's the matter with you? I'm looking this cleavage, dude. She stood in front of me and started me, having abandoned the cooking. It's nothing, everything is alright. You just ignore me, that's all, Lena. Maybe she just waiting for a new year to come to open it then? A weaker system, actually. Tell me, don't you miss it? I mean, everything that happened? Lena cast her eyes down. Maybe I do. It seemed that she wanted to add something, even breathed some air, but remained silent. I was about to finish my tea and leave, as she said, "And you, do you miss it?" "Yeah," I replied automatically, but truthfully, even though I didn't have enough time to think over her question. I do miss it sometimes. Don't misunderstand me. I am not living in dreams. I like the reality much more. But sometimes I reminisce. It was so easy. You so carefree there. It was much easier to make decisions and say things I wouldn't dare to say here. I realized that I had talked a bit too much. Immediately shut up and looked at Lena, expecting to see a smile or vacant look, but she was matching me closely. Her eyes wide open. It seemed that she wanted to say something, but this time didn't have enough courage to. And I continued to stare at the old, shabby and sketchy tabletop. I wonder if she has anyone, no, just a friend or accomplished like me, but someone much closer. A boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? After this event, I could become more than friends with any of the girls. Maybe we were hesitant because of our past, maybe because of the other pioneers, but eventually I have returned to my lonely, I thought not so hopeless, dull life, even managed to find a job, began to go out and talk to the other people more often. Sure, it wasn't heaven on earth, but I didn't blame my fate for that. I like this, maybe not so fast-paced, but changes. And still, I had some emptiness in my soul, as if I lacked something important and bright in my life. But what it was, I couldn't even understand myself. Something that make you want to wake up early and, for example, get up and make a delicious breakfast while humming a simple tune. Or on the contrary, lie for a bit longer, thinking about something good, reminiscing. I am headed to totally wrong direction. I shook my head as if trying to shake out this thought. After all, it's one of the most important holidays of the year today. It's the last one. You will not have any more holidays this year. Over. Or is it? Some way remembers one of the latest graduation meeting. No, I wasn't bored at the moment, and the girls weren't strangers to me. On the contrary, I was the reason of it. I was still trying to evade any kind of a company, even a company of people who were so close to me. The floor quietly cracked under my foot when I got up and headed for the hallway. Oh yeah, the jacket is in the living room. Sylvia diverted from her quiet taken with Masha and looked at me with surprise. Where are you going to? I'm going for a walk, get some fresh air. Trying to escape her glance, I went back to the hallway and started to pull my shoe on. Hand couldn't deal with the fastness. I was snort and getting more and more angry. You can't even have like a normal person? Having finally dealt with my shoe, I stood up and looked eyes with Lena. She was silently watching me with some unreadable look in her eyes, a mix of fright, surprise, and something else, something in comparison but sad. Leaving early? She asked quickly. No, I'm just going for a short walk. I forced a fake smile, trying to hide the awkwardness in my certain state, even though I realized that she could see through me. Only she can do it this way. Wait, I'm coming with you. What? Going for a walk too. Do you mind? Do I mind? On one hand, yes, I want to be alone for a while, but on the other hand, of course I don't. Dress yourself, I'll wait. During all that time we have known each other, I managed to realize one thing. It's really hard for me to say no to Lena. Any protest, every objection were crushed should I just look into her kind, shining with some sort of magic, green eyes, smile, and say of course. That was the time when I was truly in love. And what has changed since? You coming? Lena's voice made me snap out of a hypnotic stream of thought. She has already floated off her light coat, put on the boot, and we left the apartment. So what? She asked me when I stepped outside. Nothing? I struggled. And what should happen? I don't know. I just thought you might want to talk. In private. I come up to the snow-covered bush. Wow, damn, she really saw through us, huh? Through the white stuff of and sat on the iced seat. Somewhere in the distance, a car has started its engine. Well, it wasn't a car. Couldn't recognize the sound of the thousand and old Liaz. The one of the road number 410. Sorry, Paul, not today. The grumble of the engine has become louder and more distant, as if to hear my thought. Of course, I was curious, but I have nothing to do with this anymore. Hina was standing beside New Year tree, empty look in front of her. Suddenly, something hurt my chest. Something stand but too familiar, like during this old evening of I didn't actually exist when I tried to exteriorate, not even able to turn on a TV and disconnect from this world of short 4 hours, and Lena sitting near me, caressing my hair and singing something softly, as if trying to cradle me. Kids, we could have become a family. Why are we still living apart and meet only in holidays? After all, parents are not here to excuse at us, yell, forbid anything. Why haven't we done anything yet? We used to be married in one of the ending, and we used to be dead. One more look at the girl. I breathe. A heartbeat. It's time. Lena, my voice hesitated once. My voice, hoarsened at once and dry throat, weren't helping this kind of conversation in any way. But I managed to grab her attention. What? Don't you dare to stop now. I have wanted for a long time. My hands were broken, fumble, and my bucket. Where the hell is it? And then I felt like I was splashing with a barrel of cold water and a small box of shiny broccoli I was left in the kitchen. I'm sorry, I left it at you. Gotta bring it back. Wait. My legs inside me and bunch, and suddenly I heard a voice from behind. Semyon, wait! I turned around. Lena was standing, holding something tiny in the careful bow at the top of her hand. Were you searching for this? Yes. I slowly head back, picking the right word after the move. You know, it's kinda hard for me to say it all the way straight off. My eyesight was stuck somewhere at the level of her feet. There stood the boots looking nice. Must be expensive one. I wonder where did she get the money for them. Quite a private today on the kitchen. When I asked Will about what happened, I remember, well then, wouldn't you like to, come on. But my brain acts as paralyzed, speaking opposite of what needs to say. Million, billion perhaps, and everything is so wrong. I won't. Oh my god, they will get married. Oh yeah, they will be so cute together. And she softly smiled at me. Then, well, Simon, Lena, where are you? This speech has already started. Oh, fuck you. Sylvia, don't ruin the mood. I know that you're jealous and you wrote maybe the next episode, but come on, let the man have his moment. Echoed from the direction of the house. We're coming, Mom. She shouted as a response. So, what do you want? Here? I pointed at the box and she was holding hand. I quickly remembered that the small store and the sum of price tag. Of course, the content weren't intended for what going to happen. Damn, even thought further. May I? Yeah, take it. The box was now in my palm. The blow was the harder part. Hands were shaking, and even the bow itself wasn't just glue. It was actually tied in the box. Damn the service. Nicholas, I was thinking about like a ring. But yeah, okay, Nicholas. But then I finally opened it and it was a small but elegant bandit on chain. Take it, I figure you will like it. She twisted it in her hand and smelled. Thank you. A small immersed shining green, just as her eyes glistened beautifully under the light of the lamppost. An awkward silence fell. I was perplexed, looking somewhere aside, not knowing what to say, and Lena, well, she always silent. Listen, come on, Simon, come on, there's nothing hard to do, just a couple of words. You was marriage, you had a lot of sex, a lot of babies, a lot of time together, you can do it. So I thought. Lena kept silence and, come on, just say it. With a smile was watching my hopeless try to control my speech. Do you well eat? I do. She laughed. And you will someday, not necessarily now, but in general, a matter of principle, wouldn't like you to gather somebody. I will. I was astonished while she was standing and smiled. Thank you. Let's go back. You're so bad at this. You amateur. She asked softly and often me hand. My eyes was still somewhere at the ground level, and my thought could be compared to the swarm of scarce crocodiles. Yes, it's been a long time since I did something like that. I was distracted by Lena taking my hand herself and gently pulled me lead to the porch. Yeah, let's go. We stopped by the door. Lena tapped her pocket and searched for a key. The door replied by beeping randomly when magnet chip touched the plate. I glanced open it in front of Lena, but she didn't hurry. Inside, she froze at the doorstep, as if thinking something over. Will you? I couldn't finish my sentence because Lena made a step toward me. A warm kiss has burnt in my cheek. Okay. I just stood there, breathless and astonished. I wanted to reach for her as well, but she had already stepped inside, smiling archly. You still need to work for this, baby. A second, and it's the same shy girl in front of me as she was before, but my cheek still contained the feeling given by this kiss. Thank you again. And again, she smiled. You're welcome, Semyon. And I felt the awesome change come in my life. And that was Lena ending. That was amazing. So there you have it. Thank you for reading this short story. Our team wishes you Happy New Year. We believe that positive thinking kind of people you are meeting, and you're strong and successful visions will lead to the brightest future where all you dream, even the most extraordinary one. I have no idea what's the list. It's like very fast. So, goodbye and see you next episode. And Frosty kiss. And Happy Christmas, everyone.